Alright. So let's see. Lying alone in my room, I let my thoughts swirl. The face, huh? So, our main character here, Haku, excuse me, he's gonna be the face of this triumvirate that they got going on. Everyone around me seems oddly excited by the prospect, but I can't imagine it's gonna be easy. I doubt I'll even be able to string 20 minutes together for a good rest. So I should sleep now while I can, naturally. And of course, the door chooses that precise moment to open and admit Kuon. Here you go. Kuon drops a bundle of papers into my lap. What's this? From the look of it, they seem to be books of some sort. Open it. I flip the cover of the top one, and an array of unfamiliar letters and characters greets my eyes. I was napping. It's an embarrassment. Oh yeah, I forgot, he can't read. It's an embarrassment to our group if our face can't read or write, Haku. Just try to read it. Even if you command me like that, it's unintelligible. It's not like I'm gonna be able to make head or tail of this at the drop of a hat. Besides, this looks way too hard for beginners. Don't you have anything like a picture book? If it's difficult, then that makes it perfect for learning. Kuon begins to read from the page slowly. He is always talking nonsense. Now, who is she talking about? Come on, try reading after me. Itsuma. I didn't get the rest of it. Itsumo kudara nai. He is always. Reluctantly, I track the letters after her. Talking nonsense. There. Is that good? For now. Let's do the next line. The king said to his servant. Osama. The king said to his servant. There you go, you're doing it properly. Just parsing the letters takes all my concentration, though. Even so, I find myself getting adjusted to it strangely fast as I continue to read on. I've never actually hated reading. Fortunately, the letters aren't complex, and the words are easy. The king said I am cold and hungry. Peko peko da. Hey, try reading this one for me. Saying that, she indicates a particular line with her finger, but doesn't read it aloud herself. Doubting that I'm not just repeating her words, huh?
こかにおいしい当たった買い物ないか
Is there
で
something
間違ってないだろ
cold and delicious somewhere? I didn't get it wrong, did I?
本当にもう読めてしまうんだ。
You really could read it on your own.
なんで物足りなそうに言うんだよ
Can you not sound so shocked?
それじゃあこの辺りから吐くだけで読んでみて。
Here, try reading from this part.
いきなりかよ
You want me to read all that?
わからないところは飛ばしてもいいから。
Excuse me. You can skip over the parts you don't understand. With Kuang forcing the book back into my hands, I reluctantly pick up where I left off.
あそこからいい匂いがする家来あれは何か
There is a most wonderful smell coming from in here, servant. What is that?
家来は言いましたあれは王様の食べ物
Tabemono.
ありません
The servant said, "That is not the king's food." Tabemono. Haltingly and erratically, I managed to stumble through it, Kuan stifling a smirk behind me.
というか面白いのかこれ
What is so funny to you? Just parsing each line, letter by letter, is taking all my attention. I can't actually follow the story.
ここの文学はこういう感じなんだろうか
Is all the literature here like this?
説話というか偶話というか古典的で格調高い感じはするけどね
It seems like a narrative of some kind, like a fable, but a bit more refined.
似たような話をどこかで読んだような気もするし
I get the feeling I've read stuff like this before.
考え込んでないで先を続けてほしいな。
Don't think about it too hard. Just keep reading.
その食べ物なんであるかお店の人は答えましたか
What is that food? The shop worker asked.
にゃ
Yeah. Neko?
なくん本当にこれで合ってるのか
Kuan, am I reading this right?
うんうん。合ってるから早く先を続けて。
It's right. Don't worry, just keep going.
にゃーって何のことだ
What does it mean by nya?
読んでいればそのうちわかるから。
You'll understand as you keep going.
ではそのにゃーを送れお店の人は答えました
Then give me that nya, the shop worker replied.
へいねぎま一丁喜んで
Alright, one negima with pleasure.
待て待てどこが面白いのかさっぱりわからないぞ
Yeah, I'm not sure if I get the punchline here.
吐くは読んでいればいいから。
Don't worry about that, just keep reading.
っていうかねぎまってなんだよなんでいきなり出てくるんだよにゃーはどこに行ったんだよ
Like, what's up with the negima? Why did that come up all of a sudden? Where'd the nya go?
いいから続けて続けて。
I said don't worry about it, just keep going.
本当に話が面白いのか単に笑われているのかわからん
I genuinely can't tell if this is actually meant to be funny or if she's just laughing at me. I push forward disconsolately. Disconsolately, huh? Beginning to run into wording that's difficult to interpret.
これはにゃーではないチュー
This is not a nya. This is a Chio.
王様が食べたいのはニケのニャ。
Nike, no. Nya. What the king wants to eat is nya, the calico. Don't eat the kitty.
いやいや、どう読んでもおかしいだろこれ絶対。
Come on now, this is just weird no matter how you slice it.
どこもおかしくないよ。どこも。
No, it's not weird at all, not. Kuan dissolves into a laughing fit.
そもそも何の本なんだよこれは。
What kind of book is this anyway?
古代から伝わる文書だけど、内容についてはたくさんの解釈があって、まだ解読できていないんだ。
Ahem. It's writing passed down from ancient times, but no one can agree on what it means.
そんな小難しいものをいきなり初心者に読ませるなよ。
Don't make a beginner read something that difficult straight off.
ちゃんと読めているから大丈夫だよ。
But you are able to read it, aren't you? So it's fine.
それより先を続けてほしいな。最後まで読めば少しは意味もわかるから。
But that's besides the point. I think you'll understand it a bit more once you reach the end.
本当だな。じゃあ続けるぞ。
If you say so.
醤油の樽を持ってこい。
Toddle is barrel. Bring the barrel of soy sauce.
後の人の支度が整っています。
Everyone else is ready.
おしまい。
Oshimai.
で本当にいいのか？本当に終わってるのかこれで。
That's really it? That's all there is?
本当に面白かった。
That really was funny.
結局最後の最後まで完全に意味不明だったぞ。
That didn't make a lick of sense all the way through to the end. And somehow Kuan found the whole thing hilarious.
なんかものすごく釈然としないものを感じるぞ。
I'm not feeling satisfied with any of this.
意味がわからなくても言葉の響きがとても面白いのだけど、書くにはまだ早かったかな。
Even if you don't understand the meaning, the sounds are funny. Too early in the morning for you?
早いとか遅いとかの問題じゃないだろう。
It's not a matter of whether it's early or late.
それじゃあ次はどれにしようかな。
Now which one next?
まだやるのか。
We're still doing this?
これから毎日練習だから。
We'll be practicing every day from now on. Without hesitation, Kuan begins picking through the pile for another book to read from.
練習練習
Renshu, Renshu. Practice, practice.
練習練習。
なあクオン、
Hey, Kuan.
これ練習じゃなくてお前が面白がってるだけだろ。
You're just doing this practice thing for a giggle at my expense, aren't you?
何のことかな。
Why, whatever could you mean? Oh. Somehow, even more bodies pack the market street than usual, making it nigh untraversable.
となんか妙に混んでないか。歩くのも一苦労だぞ。
Yeesh, isn't this a bigger crowd than usual? I'm having trouble walking through all of this.
ルルティエ大丈夫？
Are you okay, Ruatea?
はい大丈夫です。ごめんなさい。
Yeah, I'm all right. Excuse me.
この時期はいつもこんな感じなのです。
These streets are like this, this time of the year.
この時期ってことはもしかして何かあったりするのかな。
Is something major happening?
はいです。あれちょうど来たみたいなのです。
Ah, yes. Look there. They appear to have just arrived. Nekone points down the road, indicating a colorful, garish procession parading toward us.
なんだありゃ。
What the hell is that? A large, embellished cart, inlaid with gold and silver filigree, leads a caravan of others like it.
もうすぐ姫殿下の生誕祭があるです。その祝儀のため諸国より王路や貴族の子息たちが帝都に上京してくるです。
The capital will be playing host to a number of Alos and their family as the nativity nears.
次の帝となる姫殿下に家督を譲られるより前から忠誠を誓うのです。
Each will pledge their loyalty to the imperial princess, who someday will take the Mikado's throne.
へえ。じゃああれはそのために来たどこかのボンボンってわけか。
So kids from well-to-do families are coming to the capital for just that?
ただ頭を下げるためだけにわざわざ遠いところからご苦労様だな。
Awful lot of trouble to go through just to bow to someone and head home.
否定はしないですが、それ以上はやめといた方がいいのです。
A truth I do not deny, but it would be best to keep that kind of comment to yourself.
皆が兄さん、オシトル様と同じではないのです。
Not everyone shares in the temperament of of Lord Oster.
アンジュ姫殿下は荒人神である帝のただ一人の直系であるお方、正真正銘の天使様なのですよ。
Her Highness Princess Anju is the only heir to the Mikado, a true divine scion, the blood of the god incarnate himself.
この帝都、いえ、ヤマトには姫殿下に命を捧げている者が5万といるのです。
A great many people in the capital, no, all in Yamato, have devoted their very lives to her name.
オシトル様なら軽口ということで済むことでも、あまり目に余るようだと。
Lord Oster may let your japes pass, but if such remarks fall on less tolerant ears,
ある日、忽然と消えることになるですよ。
you may find yourself vanishing one day.
そうか。
I see.
淡々とした口調がかえって怖いというか、脅しているとかじゃないっぽいなこれ。
Nekone's matter-of-fact tone is unnerving, but she's stating fact. She's not trying to intimidate me.
しかし意外だな。
That's unexpected.
何がです？
Anju. What is?
いや、なんだかんだ言って心配してくれたんだなと。
It's unexpected that you'd show actual concern for me, for once.
顔見知りがある日突然いなくなっていたら、さすがに夢見が悪いのです。
It would have a negative impact on my mental health if an acquaintance just disappeared like that. I get bad dreams.
そうですか。
Is that so?
本当に脅しじゃないのね。
So it wasn't actually a threat, or?
上京してくるのはただ生誕祭のためだけに来るわけではないのです。
Besides, the Nativity Festival is far from the only reason they have come.
それがなくとも、もともとこの時期になると有力者たちは跡継ぎなどを帝都へ送るしきたりになってたです。
The festival aside, influential families typically send their heirs to the city around this time.
そして何年かここで過ごさせ、様々なことを学ばせるのです。
Once they arrive, they will spend years studying here, acquiring the skills needed for rule.
高名な学士に弟子入りする者がいれば、学徒となり勉学に励む者も。
Some apprentice themselves to the greatest scholars in the empire, devoting themselves to academia.
文に秀でた者は軍属になり、名のある者の射程となる道もあるのです。
Others who excel in the arts of war can also find mentors among the famed masters of the capital. Excuse me.
皆さんすごいのですね。
Is that all true? Amazing.
ルルティエ様もそうなのですけど。
You, you're one of those heirs yourself, Lady Ruatea. Eh? Ruatea, exclaims in surprise.
もしかして知らなかったですか？
Were you, unaware?
私は名代として帝に献上品を届けてきなさい、確か。
I was only told to deliver my country's tribute to the Mikado as a representative.
それは多分ルルティエを不安にさせないよう親御さんが内緒にしてたんじゃないかな。
Your father may have kept the true reason for your visit a secret, to keep your anxiety at bay, maybe. Oh.
言われるとそんな感じがするな。
Now that she mentions it, that feels like it's probably the case.
ルルティエの話だととても小煩悩なお方みたいだから。
I only say so because your father sounds like he loves you a lot, Ruatea.
それにしてもうまく考えられてるね。
This whole thing is thought out pretty well, though.
何がだ？
What is?
世継ぎなどをお膝元に置くことで必要な知識を学ばせること、忠誠心を植え付けること。
This power structure, making the capital the center of learning for noble scions, instills loyalty.
絶対的な富と権力を見せつけて範囲をへし折ること。
Sorry, guys.
ここで散財させることによる富や文化の活性化。
Early exposure to its power quells any seeds of defiance, and noble coin stimulates the local economy.
パッと思いつくだけでこれだけの利点があるかな。
And those are just the advantages I can think of right now. I'm sure there are a lot more.
さすがは姉様なのです。この意味に気づいたですか？
Just as I expected of you, dear sister. You grasp the implications quickly. Nekone smiles proudly, glancing back at me.
いや、なぜお前がドヤ顔なんだ。
What's with that smug look?
こっちだってそのくらいは気づく。
I realized as much too, you know.
他にも属国への牽制、散財させることによる弱体、人質とかの意味もあるとかな。
It's clever. At any time, the capital can keep its vassals in check by holding the kids hostage.
あえて言わなかったのに。
I was deliberately not mentioning the part. Kuan sighs deeply for some reason.
あ、いや、今のはなんていうか。
No, that was just, I didn't mean.
私は気にしていませんから。白様もお気になさらないでください。
No, I don't mind, so please don't worry about me.
逆に気を使わせた。
Now I've made her worry about me instead. As our conversation carries on, the procession passes by our group.
しかし派手だな。飾られた衣装にきらびやかな装飾、楽を鳴らして歌って踊って。
Man, what a flashy display, though. Between the gaudy clothes, the singing, the
ま
dancing.
るで何かのお祭りだな。
It's like a festival all unto itself.
自分たちがここに来た時とは随分違うな。
Way different than when we arrived with Ruatea, that's for sure.
話からしてルルティエもこの連中と同じ状況組のようだが、これと比べたらすごく違うというか。
Excuse me. Ruatea seems to be in the same class as these guys, but she's really plain compared to them.
まあ、あんな格好をして歌って踊りながら練り歩けって言われても困るな。
Then again, I'd be at a total loss if she told me to dress like that and put on a dance number for her.
権力の孤児と名を知らしめるためにこうして豪華な飾り付けをして派手に練り歩く家が多いのです。
Savvy families often flaunt their wealth like this to project power. It is to be expected, really.
さらに都の人たちはお祭り好きが多く、こういった行列に拍車をかけてしまってるです。
That festivals and celebrations are so popular with the common folk only spurs these debacles on.
貴族や豪族たちが力を誇示する絶好の機会だからね。
Well, it's nothing if not a golden opportunity for the nobility to show off.
遠方の有力者にしてみれば少しでも名を売りたいから力が入るのも無理ないかな。
Anyone with notions of upward mobility is going to be vying for renown and public adoration.
私はこういったのはあまり好きではないです。見苦しいですし騒がしいのです。
Personally, I find it tacky. The unbridled egotism on display is disgraceful, not to mention noisy.
中には見栄を張って分不相応に飾り付けたりする者もいるですよ。
It also breeds an unseemly phenomenon of people going above their means to put on airs for it.
そのために普段は常に火を灯すような生活をしている家もあるとか、本末転倒もいいところなのです。
Whole families will lead frugal lives just for this chance to make an extravagant, wasteful debut.
なるほどね。猫根としてはこういったギラギラしたのはあまり趣味じゃないのか。
I see, garish stuff like this isn't really Nekone's cup of tea then.
まあ騒がしいのは苦手そうだからわからんでもないが。
She seems to avoid noise and chaos in general, so I guess it's understandable. We all watch the first cart in the procession go by, and before long another falls behind it.
今度のはまたえらく地味だな。
Now that's an awfully drab cart. I want to be able to say it's drab only by comparison to others, but it's really, really drab. The cart we brought Ruatea on wasn't too flashy. Some colorful decorations, but tasteful ones. Hardly any decorations or ornaments adorn the approaching car at all. Strong, simple elegance is a fine aesthetic, but done wrong, it can look just like farm equipment.
さすがに汚れてたりはしてないか。
It doesn't look to be dirty or beaten up at least. The crowd that had gathered to watch slowly begins to splinter, losing interest.
じゃああのくらい質素なのが好みか。
Is something simple like that more to your liking then? For some reason, Nekone averts her eyes in embarrassment.
猫根さん。
Uh-oh. Then a voice cuts through the noise of the crowd, calling Nekone's name. As I look around for the source of it, my eyes land on a young boy waving from the drab-looking cart.
もしかしてお知り合い？
Oh, do you know him?
うーん
Nekone scowls wordlessly. The boy dismounts from the cart, running at full tilt toward Nekone.
お久しぶりです猫根さん。嬉しいな。まさかテートに着いたと同時に猫根さんに会えるなんて。
Is it a boy or a girl? That's what I'm curious about. I guess it's a guy. I don't know. It's been so long, Nekone. I didn't think I'd see you so soon as I arrived. I'm so happy to see you.
どうもです。
Hello.
お元気そうで何よりです。その後お変わりありませんか？
I'm so glad to see you as well. What's new with you?
ええ、特に。
Nothing really. The boy speaks to Nekone like they're lifelong friends, but her responses are conspicuously curt. Her attitude about this whole situation is pretty clear, but he doesn't seem to get the picture.
知り合いか。にしては妙に猫根がトゲトゲしいな。
If they're friends, Nekone is being unusually cold.
見た目はいかにも人の良さそうな少年って感じだ。嫌われそうには見えないんだが。
He looks to be the good-natured young manly type, though not the type to really be disliked easily.
それどころか美形とも言っていい柔らかな容姿だ。
If
その手の年上にはさぞモテそうだ。
anything, he's the kind of pretty boy older women who like that kind of stuff would fawn over.
紹介しますです。この方はキュールという同郷の者です。
Allow me to introduce you. This is my countryman, Kiru. The boy, Kiru, looks disappointed at Nekone's brief introduction, and he bows to us.
紹介しますです。この方はキュールという同郷の者です。
Kiru?
猫根さんのお知り合いの方ですか？ 申し遅れました。私はエンナカムイのキウルと申します。よろしくお願いします。
Ah, you're Nekone's acquaintances? Forgive me for not introducing myself. I'm Kiru of Anakamui. Anakamui? I don't know.
はじめまして、クアンです。よろ
Hi,
しくお願いします。
nice to meet you. You can call me Kuon.
姉様は薬師をなさっているとても聡明な方なのです。
Dear sister is an apothecary. She's a very knowledgeable person.
そうですか。クスシ様でしたか。え、姉様。
I see, an apothecary. But, dear sister?
本当の姉様ではないのです。姉様とお慕いしている方なのです。
Not my blood relative, to be clear. She is someone I admire as a cherished, sworn sister.
そうですよね。びっくりした。でも猫姉さんがですか。
Ah, I see. That just surprised me, especially from you of all people, Nekone. The boy glances at Kuon. When she smiles back at him, he freezes as though entranced. Soon enough, he averts his eyes, snapping back to attention.
なるほど。猫をかぶった穏やかな佇まいのクオンに見とれていたか。
Ah, captivated by Kuon's gentle outward appearance, huh?
だ、その外面に騙されるな。それはお前が思っているようなものでは。
Don't be fooled, kid. Her true colors are far more worse than that. Oh, he didn't even say anything. Kuon's elbow and Nekone's shin connect with me before I can finish the thought. How did they?
こちらの方がルルティア様です。わけあってご一緒していただいてるです。
This is Lady Rilatea, a companion of ours for reasons.
そのクジューリのルルティアです。よろしくお願いします。
Huh. I am Rilatea of Kujiri. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
クジューリルルティエ様。もしかして。
Kujiri? Rilatea? Kujubi?
あ、いえ、なんでも。こちらこそ今後ともよろしくお願いします。
Ah, never mind. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
エンナカムイのキウル様ということはもしかして。
Sir Kiru of Enakamui. You wouldn't happen to be...
やっぱりそちらも。
Just as I thought. Rilatea, you're also...
よろしくお願いします。
I'm very glad to meet you. Is she like sworn to marry him or something?
いえ、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
No, the pleasure's all mine.
なんだ、なんか妙な空気が。と、次の紹介は自分の番か。
What's the strange vibe they're giving me? Oh, looks like I'm next. I straighten myself and prepare to greet Kiru. Just gonna call him Kiru.
この人はハクなのです。
This is Haku.
以上です。
That is all.
おい、短すぎだろ。なんでそこでやめる。
Hey, come on. That's it? Why'd you stop there?
めんどくさくなったので、あまり説明することもないですし、別にいいかなと。
Tiresome explanations bore me, especially when there's little of substance to explain.
なるだろ、いろいろと。こう、なんていうか、いろいろとだ。
What? There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like a whole bunch.
本人でも言いよどむのに、他人にそれを求められても困るです。
I don't hear you volunteering any information. Presumptuous of you to ask me to do it for you.
じゃあ、なんていうか。
Then how should I put this?
頼りになるとか、信頼するとか、もう一人の兄様のような人だとかだな。
What about how reliable I am? Or trustworthy? Or how I'm like another dear brother to you?
ことを言わせる気ですか。まるで鬼畜のような人を追加するです。
So you would rather I say things even I don't even believe. I might add that you are a fiendish person.
心底嫌そうに顔をしかめやがった。
Oh, that frown. Like she's viscerally disgusted from the bottom of her heart.
あの、この方は、その、
Oh, this,
彼はハク、一応私たちのまとめ役ということになるのかな。
he's Haku. You could call him our leader?
こう見えてなかなかに非凡で面白い人なんだ。ともどもよろしくお願いね。
He may not look it, but he really is an interesting guy. I hope you two can get along. Ruletea nods in fervent agreement with Kuon.
まとめ役って皆さんのですか？
Your leader, huh? The boy looks between me, Kuon, Ruletea, and Nekone, confusion writ plain on his face.
不本意ですが、そうなるです。
Reluctant though I am to admit it, that would be the most accurate description of his duties.
ハクだ。ま、よろしく頼む。
I am Haku, charmed.
はい、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Oh yes, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. Hurriedly, Kiru bows his head several times, bobbing in place.
キュール君もこの程度でいろいろと学ぶために。
Did you come to study in the capital as well, Lord Kiru?
はい、やっと祖父からお許しが出まして、今年から。
Ah yes, I finally received permission from my grandfather to start this year.
ってことは、この少年もどこかの豪族の子息ってことになるのか。
Yet another child from a high noble family, huh?
にしても。
But for someone with a powerful background like that, I hazard a look over at the cart he arrived in. It looked shabby.
他の方々と違い装飾もなく、田舎者みたいで恥ずかしいのですが。
I'm a little embarrassed that we don't have decorations. People see us as country bumpkins, no doubt. Kiru seems to catch my glance, but despite his words, he doesn't look embarrassed at all.
実際に田舎者なのです。
That would be because you are in fact a country bumpkin. Oh. Kiru deflates at Nekone's flat remark.
私はそっちの方が好きなのです。
That being said, I admit I prefer how you do things.
そうですか？いやー、そう言われると田舎者でよかったなって思います。
Look at the flowers around him. Really? Hearing you say that makes me glad to be a bumpkin then.
今回もカビも過ぎれば醜いだけ、落ち着いた方が好きだと言ってた猫姉さんの言葉を思い出しまして、そうしてみたんですよ。
You used to say things like, too much panache makes things ugly, so I decided on a low-key approach.
その甲斐があったな。
It was well worth it, if it meets your approval.
そうですか。
Is that so? Oh, these two are a pair, huh?
なんていうか、すごくわかりやすいな。こんな不愛想なチンチクリンが好きとは物好きだね。
Well, at least the kid's awfully easy to read. Strange taste if he likes this little shrew, but
まあ、好みなんて人それぞれか。
I guess everyone has their own preferences.
それはいいのですが、そろそろ移動した方がいいのです。いつまでもそこで立ち止まってると周りの迷惑になるです。
That aside, you should get moving. You appear to be holding up the parade. Nekone points to the procession, which has ground to a halt behind Kiru's cart.
あ、いけない。長々と申し訳ありません。後ほど挨拶に伺いますので、それではまた。
Oh, so sorry. I won't keep you. I'll drop by and say hi later then,
失礼します。
if you'll excuse me. Kiru hurriedly climbs back into his cart and the parade trundles on before too long.
いい子だね。素直で明るくて礼儀正しくて。
Nice kid, him. Cheerful and polite.
ハクもあのくらいとまでは言わないけど、もう少しだけあの子みたいなら可愛げがあるのかな。
I wouldn't go as far to say you should emulate him, but maybe you could stand to cheer up a little.
ほっとけ。
Leave me alone.
それにしても
Still. Kuon prods Nekone's cheek, giggling.
姉様
Dear sister,
ずいぶんあの子と仲が良さげだったね。
you seem to get along very well with that boy.
そうです。別に普通だと思うのです。
Really? I hardly think our relationship to be anything special.
あんなに熱心に話しかけたりして、あれは多分、きっと猫ねのことが。
He brightened right up when you started talking to him. I think he probably, no, definitely.
ねえ、ルルティエもそう思わない？
Don't you agree, Rulatea?
なんだか温かな気持ちが伝わってくるような
Yes,
とかしました。
yes, he projects a very warm feeling.
女ってな、色恋沙汰が好きだと相場が決まっているが、妙に盛り上がってるな。
I know women have a reputation for getting excited over romance, but come on. This is a bit much.
それは違うのです。キュールが話しかけてくるのは私が兄様の妹だからなのです。
You are sorely mistaken. Kiru only talks to me because I happen to be my brother's sister.
それって？
What do you mean by that?
キュールは兄様の弟分なのですよ。兄様とキュールは兄弟の誓いを結んでいまして。
Kiru is my dear brother's sibling by oath. They share in a bond of sworn brotherhood and kinship.
なので妹である私がいつも本ばかり読んでいるのを気にかけてよく話しかけてくるのです。
Because of that, he often expresses concern for me, his sister by proxy, and how alone I look when I read.
自分が好きでしていることですから気にする必要はないと言ってるですが。
He says I needn't mind his attentions. He talks to me because he wants to.
そうなんだ。ちなみに猫ねは彼のことどう思ってるの？
I see. And what do you think of him?
私ですか？
Me?
未熟、金魚の糞、世話の焼ける、爪が甘い、泣き虫、精神的に脆い、努力は認める、才能はあるのに。
Ouch. I find him tiresome, clingy, and possessed of the mental fortitude of a gnat. He squanders his talent.
諦めが肝心、美的感覚がない、素朴なのと雅とを履き違えてる。
He never knows when to give up and has zero aesthetic taste. He often confuses the refined and the crude.
まだありますが、とりあえずそんな感じなのです。
I could go on, but I will not.
むちゃくちゃだな。
That's a bit excessive.
姉様？
Dearest sister.
ルルティエ様？
Lady Ruatea.
その
ああ、なんていうか、
Well, how should I put this?
もしかして彼のことを迷惑に思ってたりなんて。
By any chance, do you find him annoying?
意味がよくわからないです。なぜ迷惑に思う必要があるですか？
I fail to understand. Why would I find him annoying?
どうかしたですか？
Is something the matter?
ああ、なんでもないかな。
Nothing.
なんでも。
Yeah, nothing at all.
迷惑とすら思われていなかったのか。
So she doesn't even acknowledge him enough to hate him. Wow. Poor kid. Looking on as the procession trails out of sight, I quietly shed a single tear. Poor guy. Alright. Definitely quitting out now. Bit too tired to continue this, so next time it'll be video 26. Let's just check the glossary to see if he's in the character page or something. Kido, a friendly boy of small stature from Enakamui, arrived in the imperial capital to attend Anju's nativity festival. According to Nekone, Kidu is a sworn relative of Oster, and though he is gifted, he's still comparatively innocent and inexperienced. He's a sworn brother of Oster. The Nativity Festival, a festival in Yamato to celebrate the birthday of the Mikado's princess, Anju. Many Aolo, other noble families, and their children come to celebrate, making the imperial capital lively. Originally, the meaning of the date was to take powerful heirs to the imperial capital as hostage. Wow. And educate them to be loyal subordinates to the imperial family. Wow. Gods that bring calamity. Nugui Somkami. Wonder if we'll meet any of those. Alright. So next time we'll go to the market street. See ya.